How would you think about best approaching the Chinese markets as a new investor?
Well, I wouldn't think of it as being any different than in any other place. The public markets and the liquid markets are going to allow all the advantages that they allow, and the private markets are going to allow all the advantages that they allow. The public markets are going to provide the liquidity, the diversity, the ability to move positions around and rebalance and so on, which is very important to us. And then the private markets, let's say the venture markets, expose one to the new technologies and the energy that's happening in terms of entrepreneurship and young technologies there. And I think that's important. I think there's an awful lot of money that is chasing those venture capital investments. And then I think there's a whole lot of opportunity. I would say it's a reflection really of how that country has changed. Wow, from my $10 calculator days and to see what the mind-blowing technologies are. To put that in perspective, they're now #1 country in fintech, #3 in AI and machine learning, #2 in wearables, #2 in virtual reality, #2 in educational technology, #2 in autonomous driving, and they are running fast to be #1 in those industries. They now account for 34% of unicorns in the world, by comparison to 47% in the United States, and only 19% in the rest of the world. And in terms of, that's when they start as unicorns. If they take the share of unicorn value, it's 43% versus 45% in the United States and only 12% in the rest of the world. So if you're looking at venture, I think you've got to be there. So I think it would be important not to miss out on those. As far as the public equity situation, it's analogous. You could see the market capitalizations accelerating in the stock, bond, corporate bond markets, all of their instruments. And you could see the foreign flows coming in at an accelerating pace. You can expect those markets to be bigger than the markets that we have in anywhere in the world with time, and they will serve a similar purpose. So as far as, let's say, the legal regulatory system, it's advanced. But it hasn't advanced as much as some of the developed countries, but it is more advanced and developing at a fast rate than most of the emerging countries. And if you deal with the question of whether it's a more autocratic system and whether you prefer a more autocratic leadership system than a democratic leadership system, you'll have to make that choice for yourself. Don't look at it as some unique place in terms of some of those impediments. Look at the whole picture. I would say that the Chinese or Confucian way of approaching things has a lot to be said for it. So you have to make your own choices.